Hello, Stewart Richlin here from 420 Law Office and here on the YouTube channel. Thanks so much for touching base. Well, today I had the honor of serving as an expert witness in a trial here in Los Angeles Superior Court. There was a criminal charge against someone who has had a collective here in Los Angeles since 2006. Basically, might have brought some heavier attention to himself due to publicity, but basically a legitimate collective no different from the 134 that are currently permissible pursuant to Proposition D here in LA. In fact, this fellow's collective would have been on that list had he been able to remain open. So I was called as an expert witness to explain to the jury how it was that California law is structured and what this person did to try to comply. And it's in the hands of the jury. I don't think the case is closed yet, but it will probably go to the jury tomorrow, and I sure wish that defendant well. I kind of like doing what I'm doing with the medical marijuana issue. I know it's probably not the most important issue in the world for everyone, but I like the idea that people pick an issue and work on it and do something about it. I can't currently handle every issue, and heavens knows there's a lot of problems in the world right now, big and small. But the medical marijuana issue for me has always seemed like a canary in the coal mine, sort of an indication of how things are, in the same way that the way a society treats older people and young people is an indication of how things are. So I would say that things are improving slowly. But if you added up all of the energy, considering today's activity, which is going on every day in superior courts and criminal courts, and all throughout this state and all the states of this country, judges, bailiffs, secretaries, clerks, lawyers, defendants, city attorneys, district attorneys, federal agents, all of that energy, jailing people, all of that money, energy, and human potential being wasted on this same old stupid issue. We need to legalize marijuana. Look at all the states that have quasi-legalized it or legalized it. It's certainly more than half the population of the country at this point. And the state number is increasing. Now, there's nothing that's going to change the federal hegemony other than our own willingness to work with the system and other than a revolution. I mean, maybe that revolution is coming. So many things are fucked up. But it seems as though the current step is that we need legalization here in the United States. As it is now, I'm sure there must be terrible traffic between the legal or quasi-legal states and the dry states. We've set up a ridiculous situation. It needs to be cured. It needs to be handled. And the way to handle it, both in terms of law enforcement and socially, is to integrate the usage of marijuana into the society, the same way that we did with alcohol, and ended all that crime and special treatment of some people, and things happen with organized crime because of prohibition, and it's happening again. So we need to end prohibition of medical marijuana, of cannabis as a food, cannabis as oil, cannabis as fiber, cannabis as clothing, plastics, fuels, etc., etc., etc. How can we do that? Well, the way I'm doing it right now is one client at a time. If you agree, I think that we should consider maybe making a new group. I know that NORML has been very successful in its mission, which has been with reference to criminal prosecution. But although they've identified amazing lawyers and they've done so much with their lawsuit to try to reschedule, things remain that we have a big problem, and I think there may be another kind of a political solution. And so maybe it's time to create a new organization focused on legalization at this time, and maybe to try to combine the efforts of that group, NORML, ASA, and Drug Policy Foundation, Marijuana Policy Project, etc., all in one moment. And I guess that's sort of what's going to happen in 2016. Unfortunately, the view that many of those groups have, if they're allowed to set the agenda, will be to instill themselves as commissioners. In other words, now it will be their cronies and their friends and their collectives and their businesses that will be benefited. I think that the main thing to remember is this should be done the American way. That means equal opportunity for all people. That means not special laws with special privileges and special immunities for special people, as the city of Los Angeles has done with Prop D, but rather broad-based laws that are applied equally to everyone and therefore don't lead to the problems of favoritism, cronyism, fascism. And that's what it is when we have this merger of government and corporate interests. So it seems as though the neo-liberals, the well-meaning but understudied and underread liberals, will think it would be good to get good regulation, in place. But remember, good regulation must be fair to all participants, not just the big business interests that are going to try to control this phenomenon. All right, well, it's an interesting phenomenon, and I'm very happy that you guys have kept me busy asking me questions and engaging me as an expert witness and engaging me in litigation with the cities that I have attempted to present this issue to try to get reform. I intend to continue at it as long as you guys want me to do it. I'll see you soon. Take good care. Check out Legal Team Fights Prop D on Google. This is my book that I use in connection with my $500 consultation here in my office. It takes an hour. The book is 108 pages, constantly revised. This is the 9th edition. I look forward to reviewing federal, state, and local law with you. Just give me a call and I'll be happy to book your appointment.